Welcome to this monumental moment in history. I am LaToya Smith, the director of JEVS E3. I would like to thank everyone that made it possible for this day to occur. Today we are marking the legacy of our graduating class of 2021. To the graduates, we would not have this event without you. To the staff that give so much of themselves, to the family and friends that are here and online to witness this graduation celebration, we welcome you to share in this joyful moment. To the administrative staff who care to invest in the goals and dreams of others. Today we will highlight the accomplishments during this pandemic year while continuing to build for the future. I am honored to celebrate the resilience of all the graduates and for all their contribution to this graduation. Next up, we will have some words from our leadership at JEVS Human Services and Philadelphia Youth Network. First, we'll start with Jay Spector, the CEO of JEVS Human Services. Then the next video following will be Chikima Fillmore Townsend, the president and CEO of Philadelphia Youth Network. Both cannot be with us today, but they took the time to express their well wishes. Immediately following the videos, my co-MC, Kayla White, will introduce our first class speaker.
Hi everybody, my name is Jay Spector and I am the President and CEO of JEVS Human Services. I want to recognize the 21 graduates for their success in E3 and completing their studies during a pandemic year. Your ability to overcome obstacles with resilience and strength while completing virtual classes, submitting online assignments, and attending virtual tutoring sessions. All of this while at the same time staying safe and staying at home. This is an incredible milestone, even a new beginning. This is part of each student's life journey as they move on and progress through life. They call graduation commencement exercises. And so what that really means is a new beginning. Commencement means beginning. And so we hope that you become lifelong learners, as well as informed and active citizens in a rapidly changing world. I wish you great success in your years ahead of you, and I'm very glad that we were able to play a role in your success. I want to thank the staff for their creativity in quickly pivoting services and meeting participant needs. In addition to supporting the journeys of today's graduates, they enrolled and provided support to a total of 136 members. Those members completed almost 400,000 educational hours. 20 members got jobs, 40 completed job readiness, and 5 enrolled in post-secondary education. I sincerely appreciate all that you have done to create hope and make hope happen for your E3 students. And then I want to thank Philadelphia Youth Network for their support during these unprecedented times. We have always had a great relationship with PYN, and without their support year in, year out, we would not be able to play the role that we are playing to help people reach higher levels of education and support. Thank you again to PYN for having faith in us all these years.
Graduates, my name is Shakima Fulmore Townsend, and I'm the president and CEO of the Philadelphia Youth Network. And I wanted to congratulate each and every one of you on this major accomplishment. I am overjoyed and so proud of your perseverance, your fortitude.
By allowing me to further my education through community college, technical school, and even maybe a university. This has made me one step closer to achieving my dreams. But how can we find the courage to push forward? I'll tell you. Through our determination. Determination is half of the battle. If you are fighting for something as important as your future, then you will reach each goal you set forth. So I thank you all today for taking the road less traveled. As we enter our new journeys of today, I ask you to remember that the less traveled road is most fulfilling. Thank you.
Thank you, Kiki, for sharing your perspective, or your experience with E3, I should say. All right. Next, I want to get into employment. Going to work and school was always the biggest struggle for me. I always put work over school. Trying to balance both was always hard. E3 was very flexible with my work schedule. That way I could do both. I had to wake up at 6 for work and still be to class by 2. It was days I had to be in class by 9 so I could be to work by 4. Not to mention I was like 7 months pregnant, y'all. I was tired, but I had to make it work. I would be in the back of the store doing class assignments. Had to push through. Sorry, guys. Okay. Next up, we got Felicity to share her employment experience.
Hi, my name is Felicity Bregen. I've been at E3 since I was 17. To be able to graduate is a blessing, especially with 2 young children while working on and off during COVID. It was extremely hard sometimes, but being determined and motivated got me where I am today. The thing that stands out to me the most is the support of Mr. John, who always reached out and made sure I was going to class and going to school. Also, to Miss Alyssa for taking the time to work with me around my work schedule. This didn't come easy because I often had to work during class hours, but because the staff at E3 were patient and understanding, I was able to work around my job schedule. Growing up, no one tells you that there will be challenges that you have to cross to get to the top. So my advice to everyone is that in life you have to be determined and motivated within yourself to get to where you want to go. This is easier said than done, but by putting the time and effort in, it would eventually pay off in the end. Yes, you may have your delay and obstacles to overcome, but that's how you handle them and get over that matters. To all the staff at JEVS, I want to say thank y'all for the help and the support and allow me to come back and finish my tests and graduate. This will help me take the next step in my life to become more successful. So with all that being said, congratulations to class of 2021 with doing it during COVID. We may have been tired and exhausted, but we were able to go to work, to go to school, and get the things done within a reasonable timing. So don't let anything stop you to where you need to go.
Thank you, Felicity. Let's give it up for us graduates because we made this through a pandemic. Now, I thought I had everything figured out last year, March 2020. I had my baby, thought I was gonna be back in school right afterward. No, pandemic hit. And I was sitting on my for a real long time, I'm not gonna lie. But my advisors, my teachers continued to hit me up and ask me how I was doing, how everything was going. And that gave me the courage, I guess I can say, to want to finish the whole entire thing. I went to go take my 2 tests by myself. Then my teacher, Miss Alyssa, don't know where she is, I can't see her. Then Miss Alyssa was willing to help me with the last one, which was my math. Whew. Once I finished it and I passed, I cried, y'all, because I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I could do it. So I'm saying this to close. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. I want y'all to not stop, like keep going. Wake up tomorrow and want to be better than what you was today. That's it. Next up, we have Malik.
Good morning. to start my speech off with a quote by Aniki Ezekiel. Forget what we became. What matters is what we become and our potentials to overcome. The decisions we have all made to attend JEVS E3 Center brings an opportunity to create a new life for us outside of the one we've lived, even the one we've thought was for us. This school gave me the opportunity to branch off from an unproductive routine and establish goals and ideas for a greater purpose in life. It is a small community with a home-like feeling, yet big enough for me to meet new people and gain different perspectives every day. When I was prepared to get my life back on track, I wanted to get my high school diploma. I called the trade school, but was referred to JEVS E3. When I came to E3, I was offered the opportunity to be a part of the Penn Foster online GED program. However, I chose the GED class instead. I am empowered by the teachers, Mr. Allen and Ms. Bettina. They all helped me. It was always positive when we met. I never wasted time. Miss Mariana was also supportive. She took me to my first test. After that, it was over. After just a few months at E3, I got my diploma. That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Weren't they all moving speeches from our graduates? They definitely shared themselves with us. Thank you so much to all the graduate speakers and the MC. Now we will transition to our Inspirational Award winners. First up is our Student Inspirational Awardee, Nylah Williams. Nylah is a young lady with a strong will and determination to change the world. While working full-time, she was able to obtain her high school diploma. Nylah enrolled in E3 in the beginning of March. With fierce determination, she completed her assignments and obtained her high school diploma. Nylah has faced adversity and continues to persevere. Her determination brings her to the stage today as the Member Inspirational Award winner. Please welcome Nylah.
I would like to thank everyone at E3 and all my teachers for supporting me and helping me to stay motivated. It feels good graduating, especially since some of us grew up in a neighborhood with bad influences all around us. I came to a point many times where I thought I was going to be a failure or a dropout because of my own struggles. I came from a school where there was no support system to help me, to keep me motivated or help me do well to get. I came from a school where there was no support system to keep me motivated to do well and to graduate. I had to push myself to look for a place to learn where the teachers and staff were willing to help me instead of giving up on me. I'm forever grateful to E3 for this opportunity. Being a student at E3 gave me the chance to raise my GPA and my grades. Being there also helped me mentally and to stay focused. One of the main people that I'm forever grateful for today is my oldest brother, AJ. I may not have had the chance to spend a lot of time with him, but he helped me stay positive through many issues and problems at home. He told me multiple times to keep my mindset on whatever I want, and here I am graduating. He, my family, and my boyfriend always knew that I'd make it and believed in me. May he rest in peace. Remembering AJ helps me keep my head up every day. A message to graduates is that whatever you want to do, whether it's going to college or going to a trade school, or if college isn't for you, do what you want and don't let anything ever stop you.
Thanks for those heartfelt words, Nylah. The next inspirational awardee is a JEVS staff member that gave so much to help others. Alberta Lloyd understands the importance and commitment of follow-through. Alberta could not be with us today. On behalf of Alberta, John Thomas, our E3 advisor, will be speaking.
Thank you, LaToya. And congratulations to all of you graduates. I know your parents, your siblings, family, and larger family and friends are proud of you. You all have overcome a great deal. Miss Alberta wishes that she was able to be here today. She's vacationing, she's earned some well-deserved time off, but she sends her best wishes to all of you that she worked with directly and encourage all of you all to continue to push forward. As you heard Nylah say earlier, whatever your particular goals are, go after them. Miss Alberta, being one of the staff, and we have, by the way, we have a bomb staff to help all of you all. But Miss Alberta stands out in particular because she works with multiple programs within the JEVS organization, and she extended herself well beyond the 9 to 5 time frame that most of us are obligated to. She made herself available to many of our members during the weekends, evenings, just about any time they needed support. She wishes you all well and encourages you all to stay in touch because she's looking forward to seeing some great things out of you. Continue to do you well. Back to Ms. Katora.
Thanks, John. Our keynote speaker will be up next. This afternoon, we have a wonderfully talented speaker, Miss Yolanda Whitby, the social entrepreneur, motivational speaker, life transformational strategist, certified image consultant, and adjunct professor at the College of New Jersey. Yolanda is the founder of Defining You Image Management Services and Fierce Movement for Women and Girls, which FIERCE stands for phenomenal, intelligent, educated, resilient, courageous, and exquisite. Ms. Whitby specializes in image management, personal branding, professional development, personal enhancement for those seeking to achieve optimal success. Her personal mission statement is to empower others to reach exaltation in every area of their lives. Yolanda's professional career has afforded her the opportunity to work in both corporate America and the nonprofit sector. Some of her satisfied clientele include PNC Bank, KRA Corporation, and In His Image Ministries, Teen Shop, Camden County College, the Metropolitan Career Development Center, Bryn Mawr College, Camden County Youth Detention Center, and the National Association of Black Engineers, Drexel University chapter. Yet one of her most passionate roles is being the advisory board member to the Camden City Schools District. Today, she is a doctoral student in pursuit of her doctorate in business administration in Wilmington University. She also has a master's in theology. She holds a bachelor's in communication and journalism from Rutgers University, New Brunswick. Ms. Whitby has received many awards and accolades from her peers and the community at large. Help me welcome our keynote speaker for today, the soon-to-be Dr. Yolanda Whitby.
Can you hear me, everyone? Okay. I had to think about who she was talking about, but I want to start with asking the class of 2021 to stand up again. Stand up because we want to celebrate you. Please be seated. I'm not here to speak to you, I'm here to speak into you. And what I mean by speak into you, I represent the city of Camden, New Jersey. I represent men and women who have been told that they could never do it. I represent a place where crime, poverty, and drugs are the three main things that you hear every day on the news, but you never hear about the people. So I want to talk to you about overcoming and your comeback. Today, the theme of our conversation will be, you counted me out, now watch out for my comeback. You counted me out, now watch out for my comeback. How many people in here have been told that you can't do it, that you'll never make it? How many of you have ever been hungry and tried to figure out, should you get the bus to class, or should you go to work, or should you eat? How many people in here have family, friends, or people that have ever held you back and told you you'd never make it? All of us, right? Somebody in this room has been held back before. So today is your comeback. In Camden, New Jersey, I was looking at some stats because I'm a statistics person in terms of, I like numbers. Camden, New Jersey in 2019 was listed as the number 8 miserable city in America. Why would people want to live there? Why would they want to be there? Well, I'm here to tell you that Camden, New Jersey is a place that's invincible. I'm here to tell you that when I went to Rutgers University, people would always come up to me and say, oh, you don't look like you came from Camden. You don't sound like you came from Camden. Are your parents murderers? The things that I heard, the things that were trying to crush me, but I never gave up. So I want to salute you. I want to thank everyone in this room who's here to celebrate you. I want to thank Mrs. LaTora Smith for inviting me. She is my friend. She is my sister. And you will need people along your path. You cannot do it alone. And I don't care what anyone tells you. You need people to support you. You need people to challenge you. And you need people to love you along the way. And Miss LaTora Smith has been one of those people for me. So let's go together on this journey. Let's start our conversation. If you want to take notes, take notes. If not, just listen, because I'm here to speak into you. Because when I see you, I see me. So, when I said the word comeback, I had to look it up in the definition and to find out what a comeback really is. And my favorite word was resurgence. Resurgence means to rise again into a life of prominence, to take position, a rebirth, a resurrection, a revival. How many of you, the class of 2021, anyone in this room, have ever needed a rebirth? How many of you ever needed a revival? How many of you have lost so much that now it's time for you to start all over and receive everything that you've ever lost, and better and greater? So this is what resurgence is. So if you don't remember anything that I say, remember that one word, resurgence. In order for you to start your journey, because you've come this far, you need a plan. Because life is going to continue to throw you curveballs, adversity is going to come, things are going to happen. So I just wanted to give you some things that I used in my toolbox of life thus far. So we're going to talk about creating a personal mission statement, some key ingredients for life, and your pledge for your personal success. A personal mission statement is something that you put together, and it's not something you can do overnight, but I need you to start thinking about it, because when you leave this room, you got to have plans, and you can't have a plan if you don't know who you are. So a personal mission statement requires you to start thinking about who you are. Who you are. What is your self-worth? And why does it matter? A personal mission statement will help you to define success. Success means something different to everybody in this room. But what does success mean to you? A personal mission statement will help you to create and understand your values. I don't want anyone in this room to ever settle. I want you to always look for the best. They say that cream rises to the top, right? So your personal mission statement is for you. The reason why I want you to have a personal mission statement, because if you don't have one, someone else will have one for you. Other people will tell you what you're supposed to do. Other people will tell you what to think. Other people will have a plan for your life. And you don't want that. You want to be in control of your destiny. And you may be between 18 or 24 right now, but there are people in their 30s and their 40s and 50s still trying to figure it out. So I want you to start now. First, you start with finding out who you are. And I want to give you an example of what that means to me personally. My desire was to become a news reporter. So I went to Rutgers University, and that was my goal, to become a news reporter. And as I started to interview, I met a woman that looked like me, and she told me, "Oh, you could never be the anchor on Channel 6 News because of your complexion." She told me that you can be a great reporter, but you're not the one that they're going to accept. So that stood with me, and I never pursued that goal. So how many times have you let somebody tell you something and you didn't want to pursue it because somebody else spoke negativity into you? So I want to salute. That must have been a great point. I want to salute all of you for making the decision to start off fresh, to get your degree, to be here today, because you didn't have to be here. You could have been anywhere else but here, but you chose you. So you've already started on the beginning part of your personal mission statement. Your personal mission statement is going to be challenging because you have to ask yourself 5 questions. The first question is, what do you see is your purpose for life? And I got to walk around a little bit. Miss Latoya knows that I walk around and I call on people because I want you to stay woke. We're not here to rest. You're here to be woke. People died so that you can sit here today. So you're here to be woke. There are students, there are people in other countries that can't even get an education. So you're here to be woke. The second question is, what do I want to be remembered for? How do you want people to remember you? What do you want people to say about you in the next 20, 30 years? What's going to be your legacy? The next question is, what are you passionate about? What really matters to you? And I don't want I'm not here to knock anyone's job or opportunity, but there is so much out here in this world. The world is your oyster, and I want you to be able to go out and find what you're passionate about. Just don't take the first job. Let them sweat you. Think about that. And what I mean by that is you have more qualifications and gifts in you that you even know. So I want you to start talking to yourself and asking yourself, look in the mirror, who am I? What do I bring to the table? What can I do? What can I do uniquely? And how can I be the best version of me wherever I go? Because I'm needed. I matter. God made one of you. Each of you are uniquely designed. So I want you to remember that. What are you passionate about? What makes you feel fulfilled? Why do you get up in the morning? I remember my father worked at nights, and my mother, we would take 3 buses every day. We get up early, 6 o'clock in the morning. We'd take 3 buses just so she could get me to school before she would even go to work. because she wanted to make sure that I got an education. And I didn't understand what that meant as a child. The only thing I understood was I got to get up earlier than everybody else, but I didn't recognize the sacrifice that she was making. Before she would go to work, she would make sure that I had something to eat, but she never packed anything for herself. And I later learned is that we didn't have it, but she wanted to make sure I had what I needed so when I go to school, I would be fulfilled. She never wanted me to think that I was less than. She always wanted me to know that I had purpose. What do you believe in? Do you believe what other people say about you, or do you believe in you? Like I told you that brief story because that's a whole story for another day. That woman told me that I would be a great reporter, but I wouldn't be able to be the person on Channel 6 News because of the color of my skin. And when I was 21 years old, I didn't understand that. So I missed that opportunity, but I'm thankful that I got other opportunities later in life, but I could have stayed on that path. So you have a path. And if you don't pay attention, other people will be standing in the middle of your path. Everybody in here has had a fake friend. Everybody in here has had somebody toxic. And sometimes we walk down the path with them. But I want you to walk down your own path. I want you to be the person that creates the path and people follow you. So that's why you need to develop your personal mission statement. The next thing is, I want you to be a risk taker. How many people in here are risk takers? Okay. We have a few, because some people don't want to, she's waving her hand, yes. We have a couple of people that are risk takers, but it's so important to take a risk on yourself, because you are an investment. You are an investment for you. Now let's talk about our toolbox for success. And these are just a few things. There's a myriad of things that you'll learn as you go through life. But here are some things that work for me. And I just want to share a few with you. The first thing is you want to build your network, otherwise known as work your net. George Frazier is a motivational speaker and a philanthropist and one of my favorite motivational speakers. And I had the pleasure of meeting him about 6 years ago here in Philadelphia. We were on an elevator and I was going to his conference, and I got on at the same time as he did, and I was nervous, and I said to him, Mr. Frazier, can you tell me one thing that I need to do in life to be successful? And he said, stay the course. He said, no matter what other people tell you, stay the course. And he said, also build a network. Build a network, and what that means for you is you can't always be the smartest person in the room. You need to connect with other people, people that know more than you, people that will challenge you. You don't need yes people. You need someone that's going to tell you, girl, no, you need to do this, or you didn't go to class, I'm going to call you every day at this time to make sure you go to class. You need people like that. You need people that are going to speak into your dreams, and not only speak into them, but they're going to help you to accomplish them. You need a network. So I challenge every one of you between today and before the end of this summer to meet and connect with 5 people. You need at least 5 people, okay? So some of you, Mrs. Smith, get ready for some phone calls. You want to utilize everybody that's in this room. Take advantage of the opportunities. The next thing you want to be is a life learner. Some of you may go to college, some of you may not go to college. Whatever your plan is, always be open to learning. Never stop learning. The only time you should stop learning is when you go on to glory. Always be open to find out something new. When you leave here today, you should be looking around to see what is something new. Where is a place that I've never been to? Explore. Always learn. Because when you learn, you keep your mind sharp. And when you're thinking, that means you always can be thinking about the next. So be a life learner. Be a life learner. Be teachable. Like I said, you don't want to be the person that thinks they know everything, because when you're that person, people don't want to help that person. Be teachable. Be humble. No matter what you do know, be open to learning another way. I may know how to get to Camden one way, but you may know a quicker way. But long as we get there, and we get there collectively. So be teachable. The next thing is investing in yourself. We as people, we do not invest in ourselves, and I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about time. I'm talking about self-care. I'm talking about turning the phone off, not checking it every 5 seconds to see what's going on. I'm talking about making time for you. And I know that can be hard, but it's necessary. Because when you don't make time for you, you show up fatigued, you show up exhausted, you show up with the energy that shows people that you're not really present. But when you're rested, when you take time for yourself, when you spend time just going for a walk, whatever it is that you can do it for you. Because I don't know about you, I spent so much of my life doing things for everybody else. Now it's time to do for you. The last thing that we're going to talk about is the Pledge of Allegiance for Success. The Pledge of Allegiance for Success is something that I heard on a TED Talk from David Anderson. And David Anderson is a former White House correspondent, and he now has a business where I think he has 6,000 employees. He's under 45, and he's from the south side of Chicago. And he came up with this Pledge of Allegiance for Success when he was 19 years old. So I adopted that. And I want us all in this room, because everybody in this room, we have our graduates, but we also have the families, and we have the mentors, we have the advocates, we have the guests. We have everyone in this room needs to have a pledge for success, because there's still things for you to do. So I'm going to ask if we could do the Pledge of Allegiance for Success together. So I'm going to ask all of the graduates to stand again, and I'm going to ask the entire audience, because this is collective, if everyone in the audience, if you can stand, to stand. And I'm going to say it, you will fill in your name, and we will say it together, just like we did in the auditorium when we were in school. So the first thing is, I pledge allegiance to my success. And I'm going to say it once, and then I'm going to ask you to say it, and I want you to put your name behind it. Because when you say your name, you're putting it out in the atmosphere, and you're giving it authority, right? Your name, we want to use our names. We want to be confident. We want to be bold. I pledge allegiance to my success. Your turn. I pledge allegiance to my success. The next line, I pledge allegiance to do my very best. Your turn. I pledge allegiance to do my very best. The next line is, I do believe I will succeed. Your turn. I do believe I will succeed. Nothing will stop me and nothing will drop me. Nothing will stop me and nothing will drop me. I have a purpose to fulfill. I have a purpose to fulfill. I have a future that is very real. I have a future that is very real. No matter what goes on around me, I will not sink and it will not drown me. I pledge allegiance to my success. I pledge allegiance to be my very best. So everyone, pledge allegiance to your own personal success. Pledge allegiance to be your very best. Pledge allegiance to you. Never give up on you. So thank you for this opportunity. I'm humbled, grateful, and if I could be of support, please, because you're looking for 5 people that will pour back into you. And the last thing I want to leave with you, make sure you go back. Go back, pull somebody else up, and help them to get to where you are today. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thanks so much, Ms. Yolanda, for those wonderful words. Now I will ask Ms. Roxy Rivera, our E3 data guru, to come up so we can begin announcing the names of our graduates. Let us celebrate this wonderful occasion.
Okay, so we have reached the portion that everyone has been looking forward to. Congrats, class of 2021. All right, so usually we ask during graduations, you know, attended a graduation, they would say, please hold a pause and clapping until the end. That's not what we want you to do here, okay? We want you to clap not only for your child, but to clap for every one of our E3 members who are graduating, okay? Don't hold back. All right, so, guys, if you guys will stand, please. And we're going to start. Hold on. We have Kayla White. All right. Kiara Kiki Amico. Did I get that right? Next we have Felicity Bregen. And we have Mr. Malik Chambers. Nylah Williams. And Gianna Walden. Nixabel Santos. Kwamira Sidnor. Deanna Whiteboom. Jonathan Arias. Tahim Marshall. We have Gianna Wardlaw. Mr. James Allen.
present everyone. I would like, excuse me. I would like to present everyone the class of 2021. May all the graduates come to the front so we can take our group photo. Yes. To staff and the graduates, come on up front so we can get our final class of 2021 class photo.